Ladies and gentlemen, this is the tournament that many of these 32 Call of Duty teams has been playing for. This is the time where the game that they've been working at from the start of Stage 1 to right here. MLG Orlando, Anaheim, Stage 1 Finals, Stage 2 Finals. This is the time. Only a week away from what is the biggest Call of Duty tournament ever. COD XP with a over $2 million prize pool. This is the big one. This is where the legends will be made. And right now, you're looking at possible teams that have dynasties waiting to be completed, including Optic Gaming, who can finally be matched with the Great Complexity Dynasty of 2014, 2013 with the Great Impact Dynasty. And oddly enough, two of those dynasties are meshed into this currently Optic Dynasty that's close to be created. But don't worry, for the people who don't want the dynasty, there's a legitimate chance it could not happen. Envy with the likes of JCap, Apathy, Slasher, John has those possibilities as well. And if we are sitting here amongst one of the great tournaments that could actually happen, because you really have many possibilities that can really come into play with these 32 teams that is COD XP. It's time. It is time. So as we come up, I'm going to give you the first groups today, another two groups tomorrow, and I'll give you one of my true predictions who will come up through, well, another day with the other two groups. And then the fifth day, we'll give you the final predictions, what really can go down from this, and then we'll see what goes down September 1st to the 4th. It's going to be fun. I'm going to enjoy those next few days, because that's where it's going to go down, and it's going to, well, I say it a lot, but seriously, the best Call of Duty has to be taken out of these 32 teams if they want to get the biggest piece of this over $2 million prize pool. They want that piece. They need to bring out the best of them. The best out of their teammates. The best out of themselves. And this is where these groups are going to get down. Today I'm doing Group A and Group B. I'll give you a styling profile of what's going to go down. First, we're going to have Group A. Millennium Splice. That's an interesting rivalry. Millennium's an interesting team. They've been all up and down throughout the year. They had a second place showing at the Crown Invitational. Then they won Stage 1 and Stage 2. Even though they didn't really show up for what would you call, well, the online leagues itself. But this team of Jared, Mad Cat, Swanee, and Tommy, they're solid players. Tommy may be one of the better killers out of them all. But Mad Cat, Swanee, they're all great veterans, okay? They've been around. They've been one of the oldest teams, the team together last year. In a time where it's so rare to see teams stay together, when it's just switch, all switching up and apart, these things happen. And it's interesting to see what's going on. Splice, on the other hand, they've been strong as well. Josh, Vance, Rated, Joe. Throughout the team, I do like Rated the most. I think he brings out a lot of the team. But these two European teams like to square off each other a lot. I think they faced each other it was Infused. I'm sorry. Infused faced them in the final of Stage 2. I think they faced off before in Stage 1? I'll look that up later. But I think two of these three teams, third being Infused, are the strongest out of Europe, without a doubt. I think, and having them both in the same group that could off each other, because they could do it, because they could off each other pretty quickly. That's the main thing about it. because Living the Dream and Black Forest can come up and surprise people. Especially Living the Dream, which is made up mostly of the old TSM, I think. That's made up of the old TSM, Pac-Man, Reach, Ivy, and Accuracy. It's TSM with the addition of Accuracy. And they made it. Even with them losing TSM, them separating with Ko-chan, who's now on Team Caliber, they still pulled it off. And these are wily veterans. Pac-Man, Reach, and Ivy. Especially Pac-Man, who's basically the old man of the whole Call of Duty scene right now. Amongst pro players, anyway. And they're showing their wily veteran play, their solid slaying abilities. They showed up. Because people were talking about how Ko-chan would losing Ko-chan would be the worst thing happening to this team. Look at them now. They are now in COD XP. And they're showing up. They're showing up indeed. So we're going to see how this works out for a team like... I'm sorry, there's something in the way. I moved out to play. For a team like Living the Dream, who doesn't have an org, they're just living the dream. Enough. To see how far they can go. And then the fourth team from that group is Black Forest Games with the team of Ryan, Crakes, Louis CM, and Revolt. They're another European team that came out through this. I don't know much about that. They came through the online qualifiers, and I don't know much about them. I don't see them going much farther. So let's push them out of the way a bit. I want to see how Splice and Millennium take each other out, because I feel like Living the Dream is good enough to take that second spot. Take that second or first spot. That second spot's between Splice and Millennium without a doubt. And they had some good games throughout the year. So seeing them play would be the game of the group. That's my game of the group right there, to see how interesting things go down. How Tommy faces off against Joe, Madcap against Vance. How would that mix of good European talent really come through? Because I'm going to be crazy to say this. I only think one European team comes out of this group. I think Living the Dream is good enough to beat the other European team. As solid as they've been, Millennium's still been iffy. So we'll see what happens. And let's continue on. Let's continue on to Group B, shall we? Group B's Rise Nation, Hyper Games, Apatheon, Supremacy. Let's put this out of the way first. It's obvious who's the top of this group. Rise Nation. They're the team that really has been solid throughout the year. They only had one real win. You could always all the way go back towards, well, I think two. They won Tostinos. They also may have won UMG South Carolina. They had 2 wins. They don't really count Tostinos amongst the pros, because Tostinos more of another quick spectacle and just not really showing off the game like it should have been. So 1 win, UMG South Carolina, great. But they've always been involved, top 3, top 4, usually every tournament they've been in. That team of Slack, Classic, Octane, and Looney, especially Looney, who's the in-game leader of the group and captain. Octane's a slow-playing AR, but one of the most solid ARs still in the game. Slack can get you many good kills off their sub, so can Classics. They're a dangerous team nonetheless, and they will outright, let's just say, they're the top of the group for a reason. Next is Hyper Games, or aka what is known in Europe, the Online Warriors. That team, that team of Brain, Nosin, Quicker, and Zed. They've been known to do amazingly well online. They were the number 1 seed coming out of the stage 2, and they've set to want to do more than what they had. They have possibilities online to show how good they are online, but then on LAN, they kind of flat. They went to the Gfinity finals, only to lose to Splice. But honestly, besides that, they were out early in stage 2 tournament, And they didn't show up in any other tournaments to really show, oh, this team can really be a top European team. So that's why I say Infuse, Splice, and Millennium is the obvious, the out there top 3 of Europe. Hyper Games is a distant 4th. What I like to be most is Zed. He's the leader of the team. Good AR guy, can really focus onto his shooting. I like him. I like him a lot. But besides that, I don't know. I honestly don't know. The third team, Pantheon, they are interesting. Pantheon Esports had a good showing in Orlando, getting past bracket play to pool play, and did okay. They finished third. They got into the losers bracket, but I think they did a good showing, knowing they were basically complete unknowns. That team of Matt, Arcetes, Pristini, and Mayhem, I think that team could actually bruise up this bracket, because with overrated Hyper Games actually is, this is a Pantheon's opportunity to maybe take that second spot. Because the fourth team, I don't see them doing much at all. That is Supremacy. That is the French team of Miles, Vortex, Maxi, and Xerox. They're the mainly French team of the tournament, and they never showed up truly. They came in, got through online qualifiers, but so have every other World League team too, and so they haven't really truly shown up when it came to big time play. They didn't even make the stage 2 finals, and they didn't really get too far in the Gfinity Summer Masters. So seeing that go down, I don't really want to say they want to get well, but I don't trust this. I don't trust this at all, to be honest with you. So let's just say this: the Group B is a much more drawn out, much more interesting group. Let's just say Group A is more interesting than Group B. Even though it does have interest between second and third, the winner of the group is obvious. I'm gonna go back on that later. It's obvious who's going to win this group, and I don't even need to say it to know who's going to win. Okay, Rise Nation is going to win this group. Second place is a bit of a toss-up between Hyper Games and the Pantheon. That game will be the game of the group. In my mind, the game to watch in that group is Hyper Games versus the Pantheon. Whoever gets that will get second and third. Because here's the thing. Only top 2 come out of this group. Only top 2. Third and fourth, done. They don't have a second chance in this tournament. Which is fair. They got through most of these guys got through the qualifiers. They got through their own way, winning games and tournaments like that. It makes sense. So, knowing what's that on the line is either you're continuing the tournament amongst the bracket play, which is double elimination, so they get a second chance there. But one and done, basically. You're one and you're done, or you're done, and that's basically what it goes down to. That's why I put these game of the groups. Like for Group A, the game of the group to me is Millennium Splice. Group B is Hyper Games of Pantheon. Those are the game of the group where you want to really look at it and say, that's going to define the rest of this group. And really gets who will get to bracket play, double elimination bracket play during the time, and see who can get farther in COD XP. So that's Group A and Group B. Tomorrow I'll give you Group C and Group D to let you know more about what's going down into this tournament. And I'm going to do my best to give you a video a day, each day, leading all the way up. Well, okay, I'll try. See what more comes out, see what news come out. To give you that game a day till we go at the COD XP, which I will give you day reviews on as well. So look out for that, and I hope you enjoyed this vid. Leave a like if you like it. Leave a comment to let me know what I can do better, what I can add to the channel. This is really big things ahead. So, hope you like it. Hope you keep watching. Have a nice day. Peace.